Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Boom Goes the Dynamite. That's right, it's me, the GREG, Greg to some, Mongo to you, bushwhacking since 1992. And you know, last night we had it was an episode of NXT. It was an episode. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Dynamite tonight, and that's really about it. No major news to discuss. So let's get into it. First off, joining me, of course, he is one half of your Are You Fucking Serious quiz champions. He is the man himself, Camilo Dior, aka Kenny. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, UTR? What's going on? First and foremost, before we do anything, we here at UTR would like to wish a happy, heavenly birthday to our fallen comrade, our brother, Reggie Simpson. Reggie, you are missed heavily. Wrestling legit is not the same without you. I hope you are up there at a live event right now watching Bray get busy. We miss you. Happy heavenly birthday, brother.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Reggie. We miss you, brother.
Happy birthday, Reggie.
Ain't kidding. It's not been the same since, man.
Right.
Saw one of his kids post something today. God damn, that still hurts. Still hurts.
Right.
What'd you say, Matt?
I said it's still fresh. It seems like it was yesterday almost.
It really does. It really fucking. I still some days like forget like, oh shit, he's not in here anymore.
Right.
It's definitely an I like days like this when we know like we have shows and shit like that. You definitely miss, brother. 500%. You are definitely miss, Reggie, man. Yeah, I don't want to get too emotional. I'm already an emotional wreck. I've had a long emotional week. I don't want to do it again.
You've had a long week, I think at this point, closer to a month. I think you need a little rest on that one.
Tear Ducks is tired.
Ain't no ducks left.
You know what I mean?
Also joining us today, of course, he is the other half of the Are You Fucking Serious quiz champion, our Triple Crown, the Forever Intercontinental Champion, and of course the reigning and defending this week, the
Tomorrow,
Reggie
bitch.
Memorial Prediction Championship.
All right, that just means the final daddy is back.
No matter what, this man stays a champion. It's bullshit, but that's what we've done to him. It
just means
we did
the final Maddie showing up tomorrow, y'all. Not Maddie Reigns. It's
well, damn, Cookie. We appreciate
it. What's going on, Cookies? Hey, Batty, how y'all doing?
What up, Batty? What up, Cookies? Yes, we did.
Man.
Reggie was heavy on my mind today. Sorry for missing out on y'all yesterday. Y'all was probably like, dang, Matt ain't here. We talk about NXT. Where the hell he at? Yeah, it's some bullshit, but I'm here now.
Matt was whipping somebody's ass yesterday. That's what was happening.
Matt was ready to, I was definitely about to whoop somebody's ass. I watched NXT because, no, what I will tell, because we're family. I got home and I used the bathroom, and when I flushed the toilet, nothing happened after the water went down. And I said, oh no. I live in an apartment where my water is already paid. That's I don't pay for water. So why is my water off? I called the property management team. I said, hey, my water is off. What's up? They said, well, did you pay the bill? I said, no, you guys pay the bill. Well, y'all didn't pay the bill. And my water is off. I said, it's about to be 5:00. So I'm shit out of luck. I gotta go without water. But they thought I was going to sit up in this apartment without water. Oh, no. Maddie went and spent an adult $100, and got him a hotel room. And I got to the hotel room just in time to see the best 2 hours of wrestling on regular TV for the first time ever, because I usually watch my stuff on a streaming box. I use it the pirate way. So when I'm watching the CW, I'm watching the CW in some other city. I didn't even know the CW channel here in Louisville. I found out last night. I found out last night No, we ain't gotta cut nobody. Oh, this is probably we're on the last few pods of this location. I am moving literally, if you're in a car, 3 minutes around the corner. If you're walking, it's a 14-minute walk. That's where I'm moving. I have my own private backyard. It's way bigger. It's almost like the old location where I used to do the pod at, where it would be more spacious. Yeah. So I'll be able to do the pod from a recliner again. Instead of sitting on my couch.
Oh, that'd be nice.
So yeah,
That's
my rent's
gonna
going up, but I'm in a better area.
Yes, you're going to end up drunk and one of those late, long running pods and pass the fuck out in that recliner. That's what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, Greg knows this. Also,
Oh, you mean like I've done?
Right
like I've done
across the street, diagonally, right across the street from this new apartment is the neighborhood brewery that just opened last year.
Yeah, Matt about to be on this podcast lit as shit, y'all.
Slurring like a motherfucker. Matt said that to me, and I went, "What?"
I was like, I didn't go there. I don't go there often because it's like a 14-minute walk. But now I'm just basically
across the street.
This is right across the street. I'm like, I'm gonna be like Tupac and Poetic Justice. Cousin. Cousin.
They about to get Matt a goddamn t-shirt that says, "I don't work here, but I may as well." Because that's how much that motherfucker about to be there.
I'm already at 2 breweries like that now. Like, I'm a member at Mile Wide. That's what y'all. If y'all follow me on IG, that's where I'm always at. Trellis, that place that looks like super, like something like off of Call of Duty. Where I did the pod that one time. It was like me and you, Greg. I did. It was like the brewery. I go there. Yeah. They got a membership. I'm thinking about buying it. It's $75. And then one of my really, really favorite breweries, they got a membership, but it's half of what I paid for my hotel room.
God damn.
Yeah, $200. I was like, I like beer, but
I don't like that much.
You know, yeah, I like smoking more than that. So, you know what, Kenny? You know what I can get for $200?
Shit, a good motherfucking time. That's what you can get. A good motherfucking time.
Hey, I shared that pic in the chat earlier. You know, you can get a lot for $5 apparently. So
yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about NXT. So last night we had a few qualifiers for the Iron Survivor match. We had Tony D taking on Jensen in a non-title match. Then we had the main event, which was Chase facing Ridge. You know, the winner gets a title shot, and if Chase lost, Chase would be killed. So let's just go from the beginning and then just go work our way down.
The first person on television was Matt's arch fucking nemesis, Eddie motherfucking Thor.
Oh, that's what y'all knew I was in the room, because that's when I messaged y'all. I was like, I just got in this room. I figured this damn TV out, and the first fucking thing I see is Eddie ass. But why is this man on my television? I'm like, you know what? It makes sense that I'm watching Eddie ass on a hotel television. He didn't even get to disrespect my flat screen.
Here's the thing,
so,
Matt.
You know what? Property management team for not paying the water bill. I had to disrespect my TV with Eddie ass.
Matt, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Don't take it personal. Me and Mongo were actually hoping Eddie Thorpe won so we can hear your rant for today.
Oh, I was waiting because I was
hoping that motherfucker won so we can hear your rant.
I was watching that, like I was like, oh, he about to lose. He gonna definitely lose. And then, like when I said, "Come on, beat his ass, Kurt," that was me getting worried. Beat his ass, Kurt Cobain. What are you doing?
Matt would rather have no water than watch anything.
I think y'all like that man. It's bad enough he showed up later in the show trying to get jump fly at Ava. That's why the final Matty about to come back. That's why the final Matty about to come back tomorrow.
And his argument later,
I'm gonna do it.
His argument later made no sense, but we'll get to it in a second.
We'll get to that because his argument definitely made no sense.
DJ, he makes no sense.
He's a dumbass. So It's Eddie Thorpe taking on Nathan Frazier.
In a good ass fucking match.
That was a good ass match.
As much as we all hate Eddie fucking Thorpe, that was a good ass fucking match.
Like, that literally was like watching your favorite team, like college team, like almost get upset. You sit up there like, come on, Nate.
Stop playing. Stop playing for it. And then,
that was me watching Texas almost lose to Vandy a few weeks ago. I was like,
great.
Yeah, all right.
The one thing I was telling Margot before the show started, the one thing I liked about this matchup was the involvement of the tag division. Because literally, I was just talking about how the tag division is shit for NXT. It's like legit. Right. We were just talking about it yesterday, how the tag division was shit. And Matty Reigns and HB Shizzle said, "All right, we gonna every time Kenny talks shit, we need to do something to shut his ass up. Let us show this nigga all the tag teams we got." First of all, it started off with Gallus in the background, when Frazier and Axiom were walking to the ring. Gallus popping up like, "Hey bitches, don't forget about us. We are still the fuck around." And Wolfgang was back, so that had me hyped.
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh yeah."
Wolfgang being back is always fun.
The thing that had me,
something like, "There's nothing to worry about with these tag teams. Nobody to worry about." And the second he said that, Gallus.
The thing that had me hype about all those tag teams being out there was it was basically Axiom telling Frazier like, "Bruh, I told you this was gonna happen. You over here focusing on singles. Look, they are surrounding us."
Literally. Because then they get out to the ring, and OTM is up in the rafters. Yo, OTM is so ass. They're the only ones who had to have their names on the screen so people knew who the fuck they were.
They know that.
Everybody else, no one else had their name on the screen. We was just all like, "Oh, Hank and Tank. Oh,
even TNT didn't have their names pop up,
bro.
Even TNT, like, all right, we know them because
you know why they did that for OTM. You know why? You know what I call them? They're the Jada Parker Project. They gotta spotlight her boys because they spotlight her.
Yo, we're about to talk about Jada.
They ain't my angels. Literally, they are Maddie's angels by affiliation only. Jada Parker.
Nope.
They are.
Don't claim them niggas.
All right, they're excommunicated. It's
don't claim them niggas. Those be the niggas that you be like, "You know what? That's my homegirl, little cousin. Let me get him a job." And that be the nigga that fucking don't show up and bullshit, making your name look bad. Don't claim them niggas. Don't claim them niggas. Don't claim any nigga with a name Bronco Nima.
Unless it's somebody like Noam Dar, so he just one of my people. Oh, the Angels is only the women, but OTM is literally the Jada Parker Project. That's what I officially call them.
They are OTM, so ass that they literally they right. OTM about to fuck up your credit. Don't co-sign them niggas. Don't co-sign them niggas.
No. The only
those be the niggas that miss the car payment and have the repo men come to your house take your shit.
Like, that's crazy. 6 months ago, I'm like, man, I hate Mega Mind and the Power Ranger. I'm sick of them. Now, then they won. They fucked around and won the second time. I'm like, you know what? I get them now. I love Kurt Cobain and the Power Ranger, but it's time for them to lose. So the only team I'm really rooting for is the team that's supposed to lose. The only team I really co-signed, they ain't in it. I already co-signed them. It was Big Cuz, Little Cuz, Javon and Cedric. They ain't want to let them win. And they got half in the Iron Survivor now.
What you call it? Like, they had all the, like I was saying, they had all the team stars surrounding them, but OTM was the most ass that they had to put their name up. Then they had, so we got OTM, the hood niggas that's going to fuck up your credit. And then we had the educated niggas that went to college, educated with Tims. I forgot their names. But they had TNT, yeah.
And you can tell they're smarter because they were ringside.
Right.
For the fight. They were ready for the fight.
That's because they went to college.
Right. college
That's
niggas
what
with
I
the
am.
Timbs, the fraternity brothers. That's what I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna call them boys the Greek fraternity
That's
squad
better
because I know both of them niggas pledged something.
that's
One of
better
them
than them being
them niggas are screaming Alpha Q and fucking Kappa. I know them niggas pledged something.
that's better than them being like, hey, Mr. Sean, we will be called TNT.
Right. I'm gonna call them niggas. I'm gonna call them niggas the Greek college Tims. That's what I'm gonna call them. The Greek college Tims. They had them out there. Then you had Gallus. Then you had what was that other fucking team? But pretty much the entire
They
NXT,
had everybody. They had Hank and
right?
Tank. Everyone was out there.
The entire NXT tag division came out.
The Greek niggas. You can't say that. That's HBK. You can't say that on CW. You can't even say that
Right.
on USA. So you got to say change that up.
You could say Greek niggas on C-Dub. Remember, C-Dub used to be UPN. You pick a nigga, then for certain whites. That's what CW stand for. Certain whites, not all whites, just certain whites. the whites that used to watch You Pick a Nigga. That's who CW is for.
It's for the gray.
It's for the Mongols of the world. For the Mongols of the world. It's for the white. It's for the white people that knew what homeboys in outer space were. All right.
Yeah,
that's what CW was for.
That Malcolm and Eddie, baby. That's
right.
Now Malcolm and
Eddie was my shit. Malcolm and Eddie was my shit, yo. That was my shit.
I was all about Malcolm and Eddie growing up.
Hell yeah, Malcolm and Eddie was my shit.
I'm gonna watch this.
What Theo an adult? Say word. Say word. Theo grew up. Oh, I'm damn sure watching this shit. Theo's a grown up. That's all I needed to see.
Right.
That's all I needed to see. Theo was a grown up, and he trying to get bitches. Oh, I'm with it.
We heard about that. And he trying to get women. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely about to watch this.
Okay, so Mongo really watched UP. Yeah.
Yes. Listen, cookies and baddies. Cookies and baddies.
When SmackDown showed up.
Cookies and baddies. I'm being dead serious when I say this. Mongo is coming to the barbecue, and I have faith in giving him the auxiliary cord to play music. Okay, I'm just letting you know that I have faith in Mongo playing music. So that should let you know about this man right here. If somebody's like, "Yo, who got a phone with it back? Yo, give it to Mongo. His shit is charged."
Yeah.
That's.
Appreciate it.
No, I'm dead serious, Batty.
You've been talking about my music the past week. What you mean?
Yeah, Mongo the one that makes the music. It ain't me. I was no interest fiend. I love music. I used to play trumpet, but I ain't doing none of that. I ain't no producer. I ain't making. He's finding that music. I was jamming out to that music we was getting ready for our intro. I was like, I like this.
Okay, we gotta change it up some, man. But so last night in that match, so the tag team division beats the shit out of each other. Back inside, Frazier, he hits the Phoenix Splash, and I swear I thought he broke Eddie Thorpe's nose.
You know my feed. You know my feed is a little bit before y'all's, so I commented on it in the chat. First, I was like, "Oh, he landed on him face." Like his entire lower body, his thigh for sure landed on Eddie Thorpe's face, 500%.
Matty D'Angelo is not shocked.
I want to see if I can find the clip of it because, God damn, it was disgusting.
I paid him that same money I used to give Dijak, y'all.
You know what? It was a hell of a good. It was a hell of a good combo of moves that he used to set that up too, because I think it was two back-to-back. It was a suplex, and then he did that spinning neck breaker suplex thing, then right into the.
Here's the. So it's Eddie right here. Him and Frazier just beat the shit out of.
First of all, wait. Did anybody else notice Frazier? low-key missed that dive over the top and cracked his motherfucking head on the floor.
Yeah.
All
Oh, he
right.
was almost dying. It
That-
ain't a match unless he almost dies.
Fraser loves to almost kill himself. It's his favorite.
Yeah.
Remember when he almost decapitated himself on those ropes trying
Oh.
to get
Yes.
Stevie?
That's
Like-
that's probably the most scared I've ever been watching a match. Like seeing him.
It's terrifying, man. It's like you're too small to be doing that shit. Like you're too not like skinny, you're too short to bounce off those ropes that fast.
Yeah.
This is the ending, and like Kenny said, it was actually a really good match. Like these two actually worked out pretty well together.
Bam!
Counter the boom, plants him, goes up for the Phoenix Splash,
Oh, I gave him one extra move. But
and
look at
bah, right on the face. God,
The heel shot, baby.
Jesus Christ! I mean, boom,
yeah.
on his face.
How do you know I run NXT? Because that happened. That's how you know. I'm getting rid of Eddie Thorpe one way or the other.
Matt's like, look, all right, I already sucked Dijak on him, and then Lexus. Fine, Fraser, go break his face for me. Like,
And the shit about it is, it's not like you, except for I don't believe they had him beat Dijak in that fucking what you call that match. I still don't believe they had
The realistic loss he's ever had for Eddie Thorpe is when Lexus King beat his ass, because he literally said that was me. That was basically just me, him speaking for me. Your music sucks. You suck. Why are you here?
That shit was yeah, him losing it, like when what was that, the unsanctioned match that him and Dijak had, there was no reason for
something
him
like that. You know, whatever fucking name they have for it.
the Kumite match. Yeah.
That's when HBK was giving him a chance. That's when they were still hyping him up. And they're just like, yeah, you're just Eddie. HBK heard what I said. Yeah, he's just Eddie ass. This is make him a nuisance.
Yeah. So Fraser gets the pin. Again, pretty good match. Right guy won, obviously.
Thank God.
We roll into what a few backstage vignettes. You know, Julia talking about the beautiful madness, and
I'm not gonna lie, that shit looks so weird to see Barbie speaking in Japanese, because she doesn't look like your typical Japanese wrestler. She looks like almost a white girl. I'm not gonna lie.
Italian. She's Italian.
Like Mina Kimes to me. That's what she just reminds me of. It's like Mina Kimes was a wrestler. Yeah.
So it just looks so weird. It just looks so fucking weird to me. I was sitting there
she's like Asian and Italian, so that's why she looks. She just basically looks like a white girl.
Right.
English born, half Italian, half Japanese.
Oh yeah.
Like
what?
All over the fucking place.
She is the stuff spring behind AEW Dynamite.
That's why I was waiting for her to like actually have an Italian accent and just really fuck Kenny up, because it'd be like the fifth person in 5 years to make Kenny get
Jimmy Wayne Yang on our ass.
Yo. Jimmy.
Howdy, y'all. What?
Excuse the fuck out of me.
Imagine if Julie came out and they gave her the microphone, like, all right, what do you have to say about the NXT? And she started speaking like fucking Mario.
I think I won just
by Giovanni Da Vinci.
Right, you be like,
what's Da Vinci next to you?
You know me. I'd give up.
Did they dub over her? Did they fucking Funaki this? Like, what the fuck just happened?
Right.
Ciao, baby.
Right. She'd be like, ciao, bella. They'd be like, what?
Huh?
Wait a minute. Huh? What? Excuse me? Am I being vampiroed? What is going on?
You just said
Vampiro.
You will never forgive Vampiro. I feel like that's the
absolutely fucking not.
That one hurt too much.
Not. Absolutely fucking not. I will him and fucking Ligero. They can both suck my fucking dick.
With the Vampiro, because as a late 1990s fan of WCW, they hyped that man up as a Mexican wrestler menace, and I watched him set Sting on fire.
Right, bro.
Like, what the shit? just happened.
Vampiro was Mexico. You couldn't.
I
You
thought he
can't
was really
tell
Mexican,
me
but I was like, oh, he's
this man
crazy.
ain't
He's
Mexican.
doing that.
Turned out 5 years before that, he was in the fucking Mighty Ducks. You know, he was
Right.
out there just playing hocky. Like, what the? This is
Because
This is
that
not
man
okay.
went on a podcast and told his business. He just took the wool off my eyes.
that's why Kenny's right when he says I'm kind of tired of learning about every wrestler's personal life. That right there, because it has forever ruined Vampiro.
It really has. It really has. It really fucking has. That's like me and Greg found out. That's like me and Greg found out the with that clip that I sent him with Sami Zayn. He was really a fucking. It was really a black dude playing a white Canadian who was playing a Mexican.
Who was also a Muslim.
Right.
It's like Sami Zayn is the melting pot.
He's already Samoan now. He's basically Samoan. He's the third. He's a triplet. They call him and the Usos the triplets now.
Let Sami Zayn get one of those Samoan tattoos.
Let his wife say yes. Let his wife say yes.
Next up was one half of Maddie's Angels, Jada Parker, taking on Stephanie McCurr.
In her best match. That was hands down her best damn match. And that was also her best damn match where she looked her thickest. Damn, that was a good ass match.
Yo, Matt, you took the words right out my mouth. Jada looked thick yesterday. I was like, God damn, girl, that ass is fat.
I love Jada Parker. And I tell
shout out to the cameraman for that shot.
Like I always say, and I'm not ashamed about anything Jada Parker does. She lets you know, hey, all my boobs are going to involve my hips and my ass. Because I know that's what y'all talking about any damn way. Just be clean about it. Don't be all nasty and all that. So when she was out there, when that match started going and she started getting tired and you kind of see her just kind of this slow walk and I'm like, oh, she didn't got it. I'm over there like Booker. Yeah. Like, damn.
But also, Matt, when you said
her best match, that was honestly her best match she's ever had.
And you're right, because we're watching this and she breaks out the like inverted suplex. Like, that's new for her.
Like
she hits a Falcon Arrow. She hits
brought out a whole other level.
Like she
had a new submission move. It was like a Rings of Saturn, but she was like sitting on her shoulders.
Right.
I was watching the match like I was just shocked. Like, yo, you have literally improved from the match with you and Lola. I'm like, you ain't even do all this during that. Like, okay, I see why you can be scared of heights. Because the stuff you're doing, you don't need to be jumping off of anything. Like, even when she did her the hip drop, the teardrop, I was like, damn, she got some ups on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did really well. I wish that she didn't have to lose that match, but unfortunately she did.
And she's really becoming my Bianca. She's really about to become my Bianca. She ain't gonna win nothing.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna say, I don't like Stephanie's finisher. I think that finisher
the double under the package backbreaker?
Yeah, I think that shit is whack.
Backbreakers as a finisher should have died off in the 80s.
Here's the thing, and then
I don't like them as a finish.
You can't hit it clean if your opponent is bigger than you. Like, she didn't hit that shit clean with Jada.
No, and I feel like they're probably going to have her do something else down the line because
I feel like her finisher, she's going to change something up, but her finisher is that splash, whatever that shit she did in the air in that tag match. That's her finisher.
That'd be better. It's just like Kenny said, it's kind of hard to hit on somebody that's her size or bigger. And like with Jada, they're both about the same size, and I don't know if it's like if either JD didn't get up for it or if Steph kind of lost the grip on me, but it didn't.
Even
grip.
no, it ain't.
Parker is thick.
Then on top of that, like during the what you call it, the match that they had the other day, match they had the last week, and she tried to hit it. It looked the same. Her finisher is weak. It's not a good finisher. It's not.
I think every time I see that, I'm thinking it's going to be like a pile driver. Because like in WWE, like the package pile driver was KO's thing. He didn't do it in WWE. He ended up doing like the package. He'd pull you up and then like do like a sideways slam.
How do you figure a backbreaker is a
head stop?
Bro, if I punch you in the back, you're not gonna be knocked out. But if I punch you in your head, you will. So what do you mean?
If you get hit with a reason you're gonna be asleep.
There's a reason you can't do a curb stomp in an MMA fight. Like that's
reason
that's too much.
There's a reason you can't kick no one in the head once they hit a knee in an MMA fight. Like it's you. What are you talking about? A backbreaker is more believable.
For the longest, don't forget this. As even in agreement. I love the curb stomp. That's one of my favorite finishers because of just how sadistic it is, even though the name for it is shitty. But
I mean American History X.
It's like, but it's a cool ass move. Remember, they had Seth stop it, and he had to use the pedigree.
And then they're like, it don't work. Just go back to the stop.
It doesn't. And then
before the pedigree, before pedigree, they're having him try other moves out. So he had his own like rainmaker. It was like a ripcord knee.
Yeah.
Before that, it was like single underhook. He had to do like ready for a DDT, and then he'd swing his leg back and he'd face plant you. It's like that's no, that's
overdrive-esque.
Yeah, it's like
too much.
So they tried for 2 or 3 years, like.
They had that whole feud with him and Triple H. He was doing.
That was just because they booked the Fiend like shit. That's just
right.
That's just bad. That's bad. That's bad.
Bray both hated that match. Yeah. There's an interview where he says we both hated this, but Vince made us do it. There was nothing they wanted to do. That whole Hell in a Cell, that was all Vince. They just had to go out there and do it.
Vince single-handedly
ruined the Fiend.
What was one? Yeah, he really single-handedly ruined the Fiend. Like because the first 3 months of the Fiend was the hypest shit you have ever seen, and that happened. Like, well, that's over with.
All right, Vince was like, "Let me get my hands on this." You could tell when like Vince literally started trying to tinker. Like, I don't think you know what you're doing, Bray. Let me try.
Let's see. Next up, we had Brinley Reese is backstage with Deion Lennox. They're going to face
Ashanti Adonis
and Carmen Petrovic. And Brinley again is like, man, this feels weird seeing her not with Inoue and Blade. Like,
because they hurt.
Yeah, I think it's Inoue's hurt. I think is Inoue hurt?
As usual.
Half of them stays hurt
all the damn time. They should be tag champions, but they can't stay healthy. Tony D'Angelo and Brooks Jensen. Anyway,
right. Tony D'Angelo versus Brooks Jensen was
a match.
That's how you know I write NXT points.
Next up is that tag match, Ashanti and Carmen. And before that, so do y'all remember when during the invasion or after the invasion, Stone Cold was doing his weird heel gimmick, and he would be in Regal's office, and then he'd be talking to Tajiri, and he'd be like venting to Tajiri.
Yeah,
and Tajiri like and he'd be like, you know what, Tadgers, I like you. You know, you let me talk and express you're a good kid, son. And he'd walk off, and Regal would like, did you understand that? And he'd just go, So last night, they did the same thing with Lexis King and Yoshiki Inamura from Noah, who was over here to, I don't know if he's here for a long time or if he's just here for like a few. He hasn't wrestled
here.
He's here. He's hanging out with Josh Briggs for some reason. And he talks to Lexus about, Lexus talks to him about trying to like be better and like trying to prove himself. And Josh walks up and goes, "So, did you get any of that?" And he goes, "NXT is crazy."
He's crazy.
And then there's a backstage fight. All the tag teams are fighting again. And then they go back to him and he goes, "NXT is crazy, but I love it." All right. Okay. All right.
1990s WWF.
It feels like, it's like, all right, that's attitude right there for sure.
Right.
Ashanti, Carmen versus Dion and Brindley. Again, it happened. It was a match. Ashanti and Carmen win, and then after the match, they're backstage talking.
And Nikita Lyons.
Yeah, while the Fatal Influencer are outside, and Nikita's trying to get her a title shot, they're talking, and then after that happens, Nikita comes up as they're about to kiss. Nikita comes up and says, "She did." She said,
came in and block. Talking about some. Oh, I text you. Oh,
hey, Ashanti, wait for that text back. I'm like, all right. And then somebody on Twitter, I shared it with y'all. It was like Nikita and her, what was it? Throat chakra?
Open throat chakra.
Open throat shot. What the hell does that mean?
That means she giving out open throat energy. That means she over here to say she ready to gawk him down.
Well, apparently it's something that she has said about herself.
Yeah.
So
basically, she's letting everybody know she out here talking about she like to take throw babies. Gonna give it to you. That's what everybody
want.
Head. What does everybody need? Head. And
it was weird. God, it was so weird.
Yeah, she speaks into the microphone on a regular.
She's a Hummer Queen. What do you mean? But
like
yeah, before that,
like my man said,
Ooh. Before that, the shitty trio with Fallon with the championship.
Oh, yeah. The Jasmine Nix experience.
They're out there and like, hey, I'm a fighting champion, so we're gonna have an open challenge next week. Who comes out? Lash and Jakar. I'm like, okay. Oh,
nice.
Ooh, part of my
good pick.
My ladies. Well, my lady, I love you, Lash Jakar.
Good
you look
options.
good too, but not like.
And then Akita comes out. I'm like, okay.
No.
And then she gets attacked by Rizzo.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, Rizzo, keep her distracted. Good job,
Rizzo.
Rizzo.
Bring the lead pipe next time.
No, she hit it with a crowbar.
Crowbar,
even better.
And then the whole women's locker room breaks out in a fight. I'm like, all right. And then they leave, and then Fallon's by herself, and Tatum rises from the dead behind her, rolls in, hits her finish. Tatum is challenging Fallon next week. Swing and a miss.
Big one.
Nothing wrong with Tatum, man. Like, Tatum's gotten so much better. Good for Tatum.
It's like, I don't know why they keep wanting to give us Tatum. It's like, all right, we get it. We understand Tatum is like, y'all want to make her a thing, but y'all have other people that you can really focus on. Like, that whole Jada Parker Stephanie match was messed up. Like, it was a great ass match, but Lola Vice showed up. That feud is continuing. No,
and that's something I wanted to mention too. Like,
that Henry is the most bootiest. Well, she's the second, so that makes her the bootiest instantly because she beat my baby. But you need to be, instead of fighting each other, they need to be going after her. This is the most open that women's North American title is probably ever going to be. Everybody need to be trying to beat Fallon's ass.
And this is what Kenny was talking about earlier. We were talking about earlier in the chat that WWID is apparently going to officially name Kylie Ray as one of their names. And Kenny was like, they kind of need to focus more on the men in NXT.
Right.
Like,
they really do.
Because the women's division in NXT is beyond stacked to the point where we have too many people and not enough good shit to go around.
Yeah.
So,
I'm all the way good
women's
because of that's gone on with her. Like, I'm sorry she's had mental health issues and all that.
Mongo, what did I say?
We started out in AEW with getting I was there at Double or Nothing when they were like, oh, here's Kylie Ray. She's next. She was supposed to be right up there with Britt Baker. and then she abruptly left AEW. Then everything else had happened, and now they're like, oh, she's gonna be ID'd. ID'd for what? We already knew she was good. She's not someone that needs to be ID'd. That can go to someone else.
That's another thing where it's like, isn't the ID supposed to be people that like you're unaware of?
Like she could have been. She's someone that can show up in NXT and we instantly know her. That's like them 4 or 5 years ago saying, "Hey, we just ID'd Keith Lee." We know who Keith Lee is. We ID'd Will Ospreay.
We're gonna ID Jordan Grace.
Right.
I don't think you needed to do that. Yeah, it is weird. But
The women's
yeah,
NXT roster right now is looking like AEW's whole roster, full of talent with not enough stories and shit to go around.
on the bright side of it, at least NXT
status.
At least NXT books non-title women's feuds.
Yeah.
Which is like something that every other brand struggles with, and even AEW struggles with.
Because as much as we hate Lola and Jada, hey, they ain't got no belt between them, and they basically are punking Drew.
It's not really a hate thing. It's just like, hey, we already had the match, so
right, like y'all already had y'all's best match. What? Like you can't top ECW arena.
Yeah,
like you hit somebody in the face with a brick. Match feud over.
Like instead of Jada losing to Stephanie here, you could have Tatum lose to Stephanie and then Jada get a title match. Or like you're naming all these like lashes there. We're talking about the 4 people that just came in, and then Kalani's around still for a shot later. Like it is Soruka, who was apparently going to challenge Roxanne Perez for the belt for some reason.
Like it makes all the sense in the world for Jada Parker to be in the Iron Survivor. Like after hitting somebody in the face with a brick, like Kenny just said, that feud is over. As far as I know, after you would hit somebody in the face with a brick, you need to be going into the Iron Survivor Challenge. Like you see how far you see what I will do just to get one win. So what y'all think I'm about to do to get as many wins as I can get in 30 minutes? She's gonna by any means necessary because that's how she gets it. But no,
do you remember?
They honestly didn't need to have those 2 in that match together.
No, they should both be in the match.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember who won the women's match last year? Men's was Trick.
Wasn't it Soruka?
No.
Or Kalani?
Soruka was injured. Kalani was in this. So there's Blair Davenport, Tiffany Stratton, Last Legend, Kalani Jordan, and Fallon Henley. Yes, Blair Davenport won that match. I know. Yeah, that face. Yeah. Blair Davenport won it. And then what's happened with her since? Not shit.
And she got a call up for that randomly.
And didn't do shit with it.
Right.
So you have so much incredible talent here, and I'm sure they're gonna have a lot of like great names in it. You can only have 5 people in it, but fuck, Jada has had a breakout year.
Yeah, that's why I'm really starting to think she's gonna be just like Mike had Bianca. She's about to be my Bianca. If she doesn't, she should be North American champion. They should be going in the deadline. If she's not going to be fighting Fallon Henley, then she better. If she's not winning that last chance match or whatever, then I'm just gonna be like, "What up? What's up? Like, is it 2025 her year? Y'all pulling the trigger?" Because the crowd loves her. They all love chanting Miss Parker when she comes out. She got everything. She just need a belt to go around that waist.
Yeah, it and you don't want to wait too long, you know?
Yeah, no LA Knight her.
Yeah, and I saw someone mention before like how they waited too long on Braun Strowman to win the world title because they did. Like he had a 2-year peak and they did it in year 5.
Yeah, by the time he won it, we're like,
no one cares.
Here, Jada is on fire. She is a hot commodity. She's a hot talent. Just pull the fucking trigger. You have 2 titles now. Do something with her. Like,
let her carry. Let her, like, you had Kalani. Let Fallon. You know what? I'm gonna say it right now. We already know Fallon gonna beat whoever she's gonna beat Tatum. I need Miss Parker. I need them to just get this over with. They don't need to fight at deadline. This is not a deadline feud. Fallon Henley needs to be she needs to be losing that belt. She gets a little short, a little title reign, but she needs to be losing that at deadline to Jada Parker.
Yeah. Instead of we're just dragging the the Jada and Lola feud.
Right.
For some reason.
And Lola honestly needs to be fighting. That needs to be a triple threat match, if anything. Because Lola, you were the breakout winner. And Jada, you already broke out. You ain't need to win the tournament to break out. You broke out. Just because of your assets.
Lola has multiple wins over main roster talent this year. Like, are you doing something with her or are you not doing something with her?
Right.
So, I don't know. It's the Tatum thing. I like Tatum, but there are names way above her that are not getting these moments. And I don't know.
It's just like when TNA gets a whole bunch of Izzy Dame.
Yeah. Next up was the last Iron Survivor match of the night. It was Ren Sinclair and Zarya, and it was just a Zarya beatdown.
Zarya, ass for points.
First off, Charlie Dempsey cursed Ren when he shaved the mustache off. I'll tell you
that. His daddy made him shave.
Power. Ren Sinclair, she does okay.
Ren made him shave. Maybe he dating her. You never know in NXT. Dude.
Actually, I think Ren is with the deaf guy.
Oh, okay.
I think
he's gonna fight at blood.
He's dating someone. He's dating. I was like, Riot is it Osborne? Because Riley Osborne. No, that's the guy from Chase.
Something Bourne.
Matt Bourne. Matt Osborne, I think. Something like that.
Because we just call him Death Boy all the time because we're mean.
well, no, because they do it too. When he shows up, they get in like arguments in the group, and then he'll turn to look at Ren and he'll say, "What did they say? I didn't hear him." Like he just says that shit. So if he's gonna say it,
that's why I got low key intrigued that I saw he was fighting. He's gonna fight at Bloodsport. I'm like,
yeah, okay.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna clap his ears. It's not gonna do shit to him. It's just
gonna be like,
they're gonna be like, ha ha, new moves.
Zarya just wipes the floor with her here, hits the F5.
2025 gonna be her year.
It might. She's really looking good, and she's got a lot more personality thanks to this group. So, there's things she can do.
American title winner.
All right, before we get to the main event and then, the rest of the show, Tony D's backstage. We glossed over the match, but after his match, he got attacked. He got his knee taken out by Jensen. He's backstage getting checked out by a doctor who I swear to God, I was like, is that Josh Briggs? Why is Josh a doctor? Is he just not going to wrestle anymore? He's just the guy that checks on everybody.
Or maybe it was that guy we saw driving the car that looked like Josh Briggs.
That looked like Josh. But it's just some random doctor they had that just looks like him. And he's like, I'm fine. I want a match with Shawn Spears. I want a match. And Eddie says, okay. Eddie Thorpe walks in and he says, I want a rematch. There was interference. And she says, you lost your match. I can't go back on the ref's decision. And then he says, you're letting Tony get the match he wants. It's like, first off, dumbass, he won his match.
Secondly,
he's a champ.
He won his match.
Secondly, he's a champ.
Because I'm like, you over here bitching regardless. I don't give a shit what you said. It's no regardless. I'm over here just being a parrot. No.
And third, he's not getting a rematch against Jensen. He's going to fight Shawn Spears. You can say it's a dumb decision.
I want another chance to be the Iron Survivor. Well, first off, let's see, if it was me, I would have been like, well, first of all, y'all ass should have fucking won with all that interference. Because that would have been the perfect way to piss me off. Y'all were like, oh, if Eddie Thorpe would have won, that's how you would have had him win. They out there fucking around. You let him lose. Guess what? There's your tag match at deadline. But no, you let one half of your tag champions go into the Iron Survivor match, which that makes me think they're not going to be pulling double duty at Deadline.
I don't think so. Either they're going to have a tag title match before that and lose, or we're just going to keep the belts on for some fucking reason. You know,
they'll be losing them at New Year's Evil.
Ava's so tired of his bullshit. I love her so much. Cookies, you're so Ava coaches.
Then he gonna sit up there talking about stuff. All right, I got you. That's all right. I got you. Final Maddie gonna show up, not The Rock. It's gonna be me. We gonna take you out.
But Ava has been telling him for weeks, like literally for about a month, every single Tuesday, she's been saying, "No, stop asking. You got your option, you got your opportunity, and you failed. Like, no." And then hey, can I talk to you about something? No, I'm busy. Do you see that Rhea Ripley just broke her own face? I know I can't.
Yes, because you appeared.
Right. You showed up and Rhea instinctively punched her nose off. Like, we have to go deal with this.
When Eddie, that's why that whole fight broke out, because Eddie Fort does that, y'all. The tag division was in harmony, but they were like, "Oh shit, he got a match."
Man, fuck this nigga.
Why are we fighting each other? Yes, that's what Eddie Thorpe.
When Eddie Thorpe comes around, it's like it's some powerful nigga trick going on here. That's how it feels when Eddie Thorpe comes around.
Stuff that don't go together. Rain dancing and DJing. No.
Did y'all ever see Jessica Jones on Netflix, the Marvel show?
Yeah.
There's the villain the first episode in the first season was the Purple Man, and his power was he would like throw out like spores, and he could make you do whatever you wanted. Eddie Thorpe's power is just a shittier version of that, where the second he walks into a room, something violent happens.
Right.
Eddie Thorpe is the reason,
and it works against him.
Eddie Thorpe is the first person who had the rage disease from 28 Days Later.
Good shot, by the way. Good.
Like,
good pick.
They instantly go out of their minds.
Points.
Thank you.
They just start going on, just wanting to beat ass. And that man, honestly, when that fight broke out, I'm like, oh, Eddie Thorpe is gonna win. That's the perfect way to let him win. But no. So him coming back and saying, I want a rematch, my dude. You had everything in your favor to win. None of them people were trying to fight you. They were trying to fight everyone else. Like, you should have won. You didn't. Tough luck.
That's actually, I didn't even think about that match. They weren't trying to swing on him. He wasn't
involved. They weren't trying to fight him. They were trying to kill Frazier and Axiom. He was just there.
Not one bit.
And he didn't. That's why I'm like, y'all were like, oh, we wanted to see match reaction. I was waiting because I'm like, oh, he's about to lose. That's why I said, I'm like, come on, Kurt. Come on, Kurt Cobain. Let's do it. And when he won, I'm like, he should have won, but he low-key shouldn't have. Like, I'm happy he won, but Eddie Thorpe should be an Iron Survivor low-key.
It was definitely one of the. It was every week he gets dumber, and I don't know.
How did I lose? Dude, the odds were in your favor.
How did you lose? That's a very good question. How did you lose?
Talking about interference, nigga. Ain't nobody touch you.
They beat up you. You just
your opponent jumped over the rope and landed on his own neck. You should have took advantage.
I would have sat there and been like,
"How did he win?"
When Frazier went out there, I would have let Gallus could have whooped his ass real quick, thrown him back in. I'd be like, "Yep, 1, 2, 3. I'm in the Iron Survivor." No, he out there trying to be honorable like Lexus King, and that's why you a loser. Unlike Lexus King, because Lexus King is the king. Eddie Thorpe, you just Eddie ass.
Let's get in this main event.
Oh boy.
Ridge Holland and Andre Chase. Number 1 contenders match for NXT Championship. Trick Williams headline.
Because we already knew the fucking ending. We knew Ridge wasn't going to lose.
We knew it was going to happen.
They did that to piss us off, to have Chase U lose. I'm still shocked that crowd was how quiet they got. What up,
Dolores?
How's it going, Dolores? Not only that, I was surprised at how half the fans were chanting nah, hey, goodbye. I was like, every one of them.
Fuck you.
NXT parking lot.
Fuck you.
Every single one of them.
Fuck you, guys.
In the NXT parking lot and leave them there.
Right. Because there's never been a moment where I've ever wanted to say, oh, fuck Chase U.
Never.
The only time I've ever said, and honestly, the only time I ever wanted to say is when they did that little off branch when it was Riley and Duke. Because no, Chase U is Chase U. Why y'all trying to make off brand?
Me and Matt have been Chase U fans from jump.
Ever since that man was sitting up just in the classroom, he teaching
cussing his ass. That man went the fuck off.
He go into black woman mode and he cusses them the fuck out. Me and Kenny have been a fan of him because he's like, oh, well, if you don't want to do the work, well, get the fuck out my room then. Oh,
bro, last night they played like a little like a highlight reel of him cussing people out, and I was like, oh shit, it's really over. Oh my god. Because to this day,
that one
of Kenny's favorite moments is when he goes, fuck you, Dave. Well, fuck you, Dave.
Because he would sit up there and just be like, that low key, like during the early days of NXT 2.0, the wrestling wouldn't be that great, but them promos, I'll be like, what? Like, what is this shit? What is Chase U? Like, all right.
And Chase U got me hooked just off of promos.
I'll be like, this shit is
even got in the goddamn ring. Like,
right. We see him in the ring, and then we see the Jordans. We be like, yo, Andre Chase is fresh as shit. This dude be cussing these people out like a black mama, but he be fresh as hell. I'm like, yeah, I fucks with Chase U. Honestly, the best moment of JC Jane's career was her being in Chase U.
Chase U. Yeah, that was the moment where she became interesting.
Chase U got my Caucasian baby. Thea. I love Thea. I loves me some Thea. Don't nobody. That's why I started hating Ridge. Cause you remind me of my daughter. No, leave her alone. You ain't messing with her. I didn't even want Ridge and Chase U to begin with, and now he over here closing it up. So I just don't understand this. So now they just, and then coincidentally, Riley Osborne was on Impact. So
yeah. What I really didn't. People got excited last night, like, oh, they're gonna let him win. When Duke and then Riley showed up, like, no, they're just gonna have Ridge beat the shit out of all of them at once, which is what he did. Duke fights him to the floor, and early in the match, Ridge tries to pull the mat up to put Chase through concrete. Duke comes out, starts fighting him, and then Ridge sends Duke through the wall. Yeah. And then comes out, smart mouth Thea Hale. And then Riley Osborne flips over the ropes to hit Ridge and catches Thea in the head with the heel of his foot. He took out. I bet Thea had something she had to do last night, but she forgot what she had to do. Like, he took them both out. Goes back inside the ring, flies into Ridge's arms like an idiot. Ridge picks him up, gorilla press, throws him onto the concrete floor. Like, well, he's dead. All right, I guess that's over with. Andre Chase fires back, hits the Russian leg sweep. The Chase U stomps, hits his big like brainbuster suplex thing. 1, 2, nope. All right, well, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Ridge spikes him with his finish. That's over. And I'll be honest, I know that half that crowd was chanting it after the fact, but the second that pin happened, the crowd
died.
Just quiet.
The air got left out of that building, and I was sitting in the hotel room, just kind of genuine. Like, I knew they were going to lose, but it was honestly just like, oh, like the crowd just instantly, like, that's how you know how over they were and how beloved Andre Chase was. It's like, what you mean he lost? Right. What you mean they got to break up? Because now that's all I've known. Like, for me, that's all I've known is them as Chase U. What do you mean you're not Thea Hale or Chase U? What are you? What do you mean you're not Andre Chase? Like, what are you now? What is about to happen to y'all? Because now I'm like scared, low key, and realistically, are y'all leaving? Where are y'all going? Because why is Chase U disbanding?
Before Chase U happened, when 205 Live was on its dying breath,
right?
Andre Chase was showing up in his Chase U shirt.
Yeah.
So even at the very beginning, even before he actually had the gimmick, he was Chase U from day one. So I don't know what's next for him. We were saying earlier this year, like, you could honestly take them up to like the main roster and just be like goofballs. Like you like the goofball face group people like to just like to watch.
Like
the
you
fucking
had
Rosebuds.
Academy join Chase U.
Alpha, exactly. I think one of you two mentioned that's a possibility, like letting them go in there and like that'd be fun. Like it's not every group needs to go up there and be dominant. You can have goofballs. That's
right.
Wrestling's full of them. But instead, you just kill it. And I don't know why we all reacted that way, because we knew it was happening. The second this match got announced last week, we were like, okay, well, Chase U's dead.
Right.
Yeah. Why?
Still,
just like why?
And it was a week of us having to accept that they're killing Chase U. And then it happened, and we were still like,
damn, they killed Chase U.
Like, what are y'all, Riley? What you about to do? You just got there. Thea, what you about to do, baby girl? Because I mean, your best days are still ahead, but until then,
she did.
Your best moment is you fight already.
She did already almost leave and come back,
right?
So like, I don't know. I feel like there was no reason to do it. Like, and I guess giving it to Ridge, the idea is like, we want to make you hate Ridge enough to get him booed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but then what happens if this doesn't work for Ridge?
Right?
Because we know, like, unless Ridge is going to beat Trick,
he's beating Trick.
Yeah,
he's beating Trick.
That's the sad part.
Y'all need to if y'all aren't ready for that, unfortunately, I'm letting you know I'm benching Trick at deadline. Like it's happening. It's coming.
Oh.
I know.
For what though?
Oh, HBK, we're gonna have a talk, brother.
Yep, because that means that Trick, he had a few title defenses, but his first real feud, he lost to Ethan Page. Then he gets it back. Then his next real feud, he'll lose it to Ridge. I don't know. I don't get Ridge. And
coincidentally, it's crazy as they're trying to build Ridge up, who has not been on TV. Dum dum, boom boom, boom boom, boom 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 boom. Oh,
I know. Yep. Where is he?
He just coincidentally has went missing ever since that moment with him and Nikita, and now Ridge is a commodity. Trick, you better whoop his ass and then lose to Oba.
Because Oba beating Trick is a big moment for Oba Femi.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a huge, because that's you beating one of the most popular motherfuckers that the brand has had in like 2 years. Like he is so popular that when he showed up on the main roster randomly, the crowd knew who he was. That's how you know you were over, even on NXT. That SmackDown crowd knew him the second that music hit. If Oba beats Ridge, who the fuck cares?
It's going to be the equivalent of Jack Swagger beating Chris Jericho. Who the fuck cares?
Rich Holland is Ryback 2.0. Now, there's something I can agree with you on, Dave.
Yeah.
And he had his moment to be good, and then his knee, we saw him suffer a catastrophic injury, and he hasn't been the same since. Then he injured Big E. And as much as like we say like, hey, don't bully folks, they're always going to bully him. They're always going to talk shit about him about that. He even brought it up in his promos. So, but like after he got hurt, after he was a brawling brute, we were already saying like, all right, we get it. You're not that good as we thought you were. So we see why you're in this faction. And then they're like, oh no, we don't send him to NXT. Bro, he's not that. Like, we're still saying he's not that good. Why are y'all still trying to convince us that, oh, that injury didn't just... If that injury didn't happen, who knows? But it did, and something is missing. Whatever that injury took it. And he ain't been the same since.
And I'm not even saying he's not getting better. I think he has gotten a little better over the past year.
Yeah.
In the ring, but that he does not have a personality that's interesting. So this killing Chase U could have gone to literally anybody else. It's like you're using it as a Hail Mary as opposed to using it to launch somebody. You know what I mean?
Because at this point, he just looks like bootleg Brock Lesnar.
What was weird about that was he faked a heel turn just to turn him. Yeah, that's actually a good point, Cookies. That is exactly what happened to him.
I didn't even think about that.
I forgot all about that. He did because he was when Kenny said he talked about oh no, Matt, you talked about him in the promo saying, I hurt Big E, no one will ever let me forget it. That's when he's like teased a heel turn with Shawn Spears.
Right.
And then a month and a half later, he turned heel anyway. I'm like, so what was all that about? And that leads, of course, to the end of Chase U. Now, I've seen reports and I've seen some sources, and even somebody that I know that I can't name, that there are plans to keep them together somehow. And what sucks about that, that's the exact face, Matt, that I made, because I was like, well, then what's the point? Then what's the point? What's the point?
That's so stupid.
And then if you do that, it really taints the shit out of it, because you already did, oh God, Chase U's going away when he had all that gambling debt, right?
Yeah.
So to fake it again would be terrible.
Like at this point, the only way you can bring them back is if that man gotta basically gamble and go double or nothing, or it's gotta be some sort of ridiculous ass gimmick where if Andre Chase wins, they will reinstate Chase U, and then somebody has to help, because they even had Trick out there looking like, oh shit, Chase U is gone,
right?
Like, what just happened? So if they're going to still try and be like, well, Chase U was still here. How? Because even your champion is basically recognized that they're dead. They can't
you can't even have them backstage as a group. Like, all right, we're just not going to be called Chase U. Like, no, you need to be separated.
Right.
And that means no more Chase U shirts in that crowd. That we lost a lot of great TV there for Ridge.
For fucking Ridge. And that's why I'm like, because we were like, well, Ridge is gonna win. It's like, well, is he? Because Oba has coincided. That's why I brought up Oba, because I'm like, Oba hasn't been on TV ever since him and Nikita. He ain't that's it. He just lost. And and they already said he's not going to the main roster. So what is he doing? He can't be getting prepped for no Ridge. Like Ridge is he can't be getting prepped for no Ridge. Like Ridge is not about to be that'd be such a disrespectful to a transitional champion. Because he's New Year, basically just like I spoke Deadline into existence. New Year's Evil is right there. I don't know when it's gonna be, but New Year's Evil is right there. Just let Trick get just let him get one more month, lose the New Year's Evil, lick his wounds, and then show up at the Royal Rumble. Just do that. Y'all ain't got to pay me for this writing.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a chance.
When I said it, Oba ain't getting prepped for no Ridge. Come on now. Like, even when I said it, you even reacted like, yeah. Oba versus Ridge.
That's why Andre Chase getting the title shot instead
made sense.
And then Trick beating him in a real respectful, hey man, good try. And then Oba beats the fuck out of both of them. But I don't know. Let's go to AEW because we're way over.
I know what they're gonna do. Trick, some way, somehow, is gonna talk shit because Deadline ain't here yet. He gonna be like, you know what? I feel bad for Chase U losing, man. I'm gonna fight in y'all's honor, and if I win, we gonna bring y'all back.
Some
Saved by the Bell shit.
And that's the hard part, man. Is like you already killed it twice, so this time it needs to stay dead. It's unfortunately that's what it has to be.
Chase U is the Goku of NXT.
What? Did you ever see fucking Dragon Ball Z Abridged? Did you ever see Dragon Ball Z Abridged when like those guys like made like an abridged series and like, oh my god, he died. Yeah, and we'll never see him again. We'll just bring him back with the Dragon Balls. Even if the Dragon Balls here don't work, the Dragon Balls on Namek still work.
Definitely, they are Dragon Ball Z in the shit out of Chase U. They die, they come back. They die, they come back.
Yeah. Them sensu beans is working like a motherfucker.
you ain't fucking lying. Let's get into AEW tonight. This time, not the whole card that they've been doing, but still some pretty good matches to look into. So Chris Statlander is challenging a full gear Mercedes Moné for the TBS title. So on Dynamite, she's fighting Hikaru Shida for the warm up. So that should be a pretty good one.
Okay.
On Collision, the reason for this, on Collision, Shida walked up and said, "I'm glad someone's going to whoop Mercedes Moné's ass because she doesn't like Mercedes." And she said that once you win, I would love to be the first person to challenge you. And Chris said, why wait till after I win the belt? Why don't we just fight on Wednesday? So there you go.
Goodness. Well, that's a good old. Well, at least they're getting a women's match. It's not going to be 4 minutes. Well,
I think it's the only women's match though, which is again the Dynamite issue. Like, only one match, probably at 9:05. It's weird. Collision's actually become the women's show, which is good for them, but like it is weird. We've also got an an all-star 8-man tag match. Will Ospreay, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricochet, and Mark Davis, that new group.
Oh yeah. Against
Konosuke Takeshita, Kyle Fletcher, Lance Archer, and Brian Cage.
Okay, Brian Cage.
So I'm trying to decide if it's going to be Cage or Archer who takes it. Probably Cage. Unfortunately, Cage. Claudio takes on Darby Allin.
Okay, that's gonna be that's a pay-per-view match.
Hell yeah, it is. Man, the way that Claudio slings motherfuckers and the way that Darby flies and kills himself on everything. Yeah.
That's about to die on TNT, y'all. TBS, y'all. That's
a recipe, baby. We got a stew cooking. And then Orange Cassidy takes on Wheeler Yuta. Of course, Wheeler was one of his proteges. And John Moxley said, "Before you fight me, you've got to face your son, essentially," which is weird. Because when you look at Orange Cassidy, you wouldn't think he's like 57, but he is.
Right.
He is. He's an old man.
Orange Cassidy is really a grizzled young vet.
He is.
I feel it. I feel attacked on every level.
I don't mean to. I'm just like, you look younger than he does. Or you know.
No, I don't.
Cassidy is 40 years old. How is he 40? How is he 40? He looks like he's 23.
Right.
How is he 40? That's not fair. And
I thought he was in his 20s.
You know what it is?
People of my complexion, that's not what we do. We usually age pretty fast. So that's some bullshit.
You know what, Margo?
I look every bit of 39 or 50 when I'm 31. You know?
Yeah, Margo, you know what it is?
What?
It's that fucking gimmick that you hate. That I don't care. It's whatever. That shit saved him. That shit saved his youth.
You might be right. Well, now he's breaking out of that character, which is
now Mox is gonna make him age.
Mox is gonna make him bleed and it's gonna turn into like a fucking the thing from the fucking Crypt Keeper. It'd be disgusting.
No, he's gonna be an old boy from Ring of Honor that was like 35, but he looked like he was 60. Silas.
Oh, Silas Young.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. My man Silas Young. Don't be disrespecting Silas Young.
Silas Young, I would be like, man, this dude like 48. And they'd be like, Silas is 34. And I'm like,
the last real man in pro wrestling. Don't be dissing my man Silas.
I mean, he did look like the last real man in pro wrestling because I thought he was somebody that wrestled from then.
I know. When I was younger and my grandpa had the TV on, I saw his ass on Bonanza. I know I saw him on Bonanza somewhere.
I'm like, I saw Silas Young on the WWF tape. I know I've seen you on something.
Him and old Joe Doran one episode of Full House for sure. Like those two, Joe Dory, man. Wherever you are, brother, we hope you're doing good.
Oh yeah.
That's about it for Dynamite tonight. So that should do it today for us, folks. Thank y'all so much for watching. Again, you can get us at facebook.com/Under the Ring Pod and twitch.tv/Under the Ring Pod. Go there, give us a follow or a like. You'll know when we go live. We go live Monday through Thursday, sometimes Saturday and Sunday, depending what's on. We got a lot more people coming in through YouTube lately. We really appreciate that. Of course, if y'all subscribe there, we really appreciate it. Kind of didn't expect that. So once we hit a certain number, I'm going to make that the official podcast account, which means I got to unlike a lot of shit. Yes. That's stuff y'all don't want to be associated with. And then we can get on to our link tree and fingertip/Under the Ring Pod. We'll get our links. I am at Greg Bush SK on Twitter/X and at Greg Bush on Blue Sky.
Perf.
We've got one half of our Are You Fucking Serious quiz champions, Kenny at RockRose44. The teacher man, Mike Jones at Mr. Freshbeard.
Fuck that nigga, boo.
The triple crown of UTR at the moment, the forever
Fuck that
champion.
nigga too.
The other Are You Fucking Serious quiz champion, and the current reigning defending Reggie Simpson Memorial Prediction Championship. He'll be putting that belt on the line tomorrow in Reggie's honor.
Yes.
And then I'm going to win it in Reggie's honor.
I think
and Tito, our street team captain, Tito Borea Maliente, our Tito Flair of the podcast. And finally, our good friend, local news correspondent, Justin D. Baxley at Justin D. Baxley. Folks, have a wonderful night. We will see y'all tomorrow, 9-ish. Heavy on the ish, but 9-ish. We got predictions. 3 in a row, and 1 weekend off, and another 3 in a row.
Good night, y'all. Proud of the fans, #1. Here we go.